how are these plants doing in the greenhouse? So the last video I did, you all saw the size of the cucumbers. Well, now you can see they have gotten even bigger, and I've put them up. The dill that I put to germinate, as you can see, the dill has germinated. Look, there's one here and two. I don't know if you can see that. The sage has not. This is the butternut squash. The other one did not come up, so I'm going to have to put some more seeds down. Cayenne pepper has not germinated as yet. The tomatoes, I'm not getting good germination. I only got, well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I got more, but something ate this one. This one didn't, well, I don't know, somebody probably ate it as well. Something ate the top of this one as well, so I'm going to have to put more seeds down. Same thing for the cucumbers. I thought I had put 6, only 3 germinated. This one never came up, these 2 never came up. What do we have in the back here? This is bush beans, and wow, the rainwater came through, and well, these never germinated, so I'm going to have to put more seeds down. Let me move this from here. In the back there, the rainwater is beating it very badly. Oh my goodness. No, I'm probably going to lose. Well, that's probably gone through. All right, so 2 of these peppers came up here. I have to remember not to put anything in the back there because the space here, the rain is coming through, and you see what it did? It made a hole. We have all these peppers germinated here, so that's good. 100% germination. For the jalapeno, I only got 3 germinating, and for the basil, I got 4, correct, 4 germinating. So that's the size of the seedlings as opposed to the last time when I showed you guys. That's the update on that. I want to put some more seedlings to germinate, so I'm going to work on that now, guys. Let me show you my zinnia here. So I have 2 new flowers that came out. We have this one and we have this one. All right, well, that's it for today. A gloomy, rainy day. Bye for now. Okay guys, so I just prepared these cells here. I want to try to germinate. I have some old seeds, like really old seeds, and I want to see if they will germinate. So I have some sorrel seeds I want to try to germinate, some marigold seeds, and some okra. Again, I don't know if this is going to germinate because, like I said, these are old seeds. And so let us see what is going to happen. Is it going to work or is it not going to work? So I'm just going to create a hole here for it. And we will see what will happen. I cannot even remember how many years these seeds, how many years I have these seeds, I don't know. But I know it's very old. So let's see. You know what? I'm going to actually put 2 in a hole. I can always thin it out after. But just, what do we need to put 2 in a hole? I mean, it's 6, that's a lot. All right, I won't do that. I will just put 6 and see if any germinates. All right, push this down a little bit. There you go. Push it down a little bit. All right, so now we're just going to cover this up. And just have some patience and wait and see if it does germinate. Like I said, these are very old seeds. When you have old seeds, the likelihood of it germinating is slim, okay, because it's not fresh. So this is an experiment of sorts. So I'm going to harvest one of my butternut squash now this morning.
So here it is, guys, my first butternut squash harvest.
So this is an update on my garden addition. So I have my little solar fountain bird bath here. Initially in the design I had it inside, but I don't get enough sun inside, so that's why I have it outside here. Um, so when the sun shines on it, that fountain will actually spurt up really higher than what you're seeing right now. All right, so I have insect netting for my beds rather. This here's my little gate, and as you can see on the ground here, I have, this is called nutmeg shells. So I've put on nutmeg shells here so it won't be muddy and stuff when the rain falls. And this is one of my beds here. So I had put some lettuce to germinate here. So some of them did germinate, and then I also had problems with something eating it. I suspect it's the roly-polies. So I did sprinkle this white thing that you're seeing is called diatomaceous earth. I did sprinkle some of that on it, and I also did spray some of the lettuce, well not some, but these with some of my diluted neem oil to see if that will help to protect the seedlings, because these insects like to eat young seedlings. So I hope they continue to grow and do well. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to actually plant some of this lettuce in some cell trays and then transplant them here when they're bigger. In that way, I could make sure that when they're coming up, the insects won't eat them, because by me leaving it in the greenhouse, then and allowing it to get older before I put it in, it has a better chance of surviving. Over here in this bed, I have some spring onions that I had put to germinate. Now this bed has some compost, some homemade compost, and the homemade compost actually had some seeds from my neem tree. So what you're seeing here is actually the seeds from the neem tree that have germinated. So I need to pull them out. All of this needs to come out. And what you're seeing here, these are the spring onions. I don't know if you can see that. See that? That's the spring onions there. All right. Look, another one here. Spring onions. So some of the spring onions did burst through. This is some from the grocery that I just planted here. On this side I had sprinkled some carrot seeds, and you can see some of them have burst through. Some of them are coming up. I had planted some potatoes in here that are starting to sprout. This bed looks very dry, I need to wet it. I don't know if that's going to grow. We will have to wait and see. Alright, so that's it for this bed here. Over here we have our pepper plants. You can see how nice it is getting, nice and big. Because I've been covering it with insect netting, no insect has been able to attack it or eat the leaves, so the leaves look nice and healthy. I've been keeping an eye out for aphids and killing them right away. So far this plant looks good. And this is another one. Now this seasoning pepper plant is actually going to be hot. It got cross-pollinated with a hot pepper, and so the peppers I'm going to get from this are actually going to be spicy. So I kind of like that. But what I'm so happy about is how healthy it looks. I like how healthy it looks. This section here is going to be my herb section. So I already have 2 sweet basils that I put there. I have some other herbs that I need to put up, some dill, rosemary, sage, etc. The bell pepper plant here We have it here. We have one bell pepper. So I think I'm going to harvest, yep, you know what, because insects are going to start to go after this. I'm going to harvest this bell pepper now, guys. Let me get my clippers for that, because the longer I leave it, I'm going to lose it. It's going to start to, either insect will go after it or it might start to rot. So let's pick that. Alright, so here we have our first bell pepper harvest. So because I left it and I didn't cover it, I don't know how I didn't think of putting my fruit bag over it. My fruit protection bag, you know, to protect it. Ah well, anyway. So we are going to have this for dinner tonight. I just realized I forgot to mention that I I put up these 2x2 poles here. I pre-drilled the holes and then I screwed it into the legs here of my elevated bed. And I did that in order to be able to put my shade cloth on it. So on the top there, what I did was screw in some what I call eyes, so I could attach the shade cloth to it. I used zip ties to attach it. It was pretty difficult to have to put up the shade cloth by myself, but slowly but surely I was able to do it. And then I painted the 2x2 poles after, right? So that helps to, because the heat, guys, oh my gosh, the sun is just too intense. So I have to put a shade cloth in order for the plants to survive and even for me to function because of the heat. All right, so let's go to the greenhouse and see what we have. Oh wait, before we go to the greenhouse. So my zinnia here, I decided to put it and tie it onto this 2x2 pole here. So you can see this flower came out. We have another bud here. And I have another bud coming out here, and there's two here. So I have it here just to beautify this pole here. What I had to do was put an enclosure here with fencing to protect my plants because the dogs were going after the plants. And one plant that was doing so well, a pepper plant, the dog, 2 nights ago, I got up in the morning, the plant was all on the ground here, all my compost had spilled out. It damaged the plant, only one, it was a pepper plant, only one leaf to remain. So I'm hoping that the plant, I put it actually in here, it was this plant right here. I'm hoping that it's able to catch itself and the leaves will continue to grow. And that plant was doing so well. I mean, that literally brought me to tears when I came the next morning and I saw it on the ground here and everything had spilled. So that's why I put up this fencing here to prevent the dogs from coming and interfering with my plants. This is a shade cloth that I put over this jalapeno pepper plant. So this pepper plant here, I thought I was going to lose this plant. I mean, this plant was not doing well at all. It got a disease. I had to use a baking soda dilution to spray on it. I had to be feeding it with a fish emulsion and so forth. I thought I was going to lose it, but I was patient. And now I am seeing that there are jalapeno peppers coming out on it. Can you guys see that? Let me see. Can I zoom in for you? Can you see that? There are jalapeno peppers coming. So sometimes, guys, sometimes we want to give up, but sometimes we just need to be a little patient. Where is it? I saw another one. Let me see if I put my hand to block it. There's another one here. See that? So yeah, finally I'm getting peppers on this plant. I was waiting so long in order to get peppers from this plant, and I thought I wasn't going to get any. But yeah, now we're getting, I'm trying to, by doing this, I'm trying to get the pollen from the top to come down to the bottom in order to fertilize so we can get a fruit. We can get a pepper. Right, so sometimes just shaking it like that will cause the pollen to drop down. So yeah, guys, there are jalapeno peppers coming out. I'm so happy for that. All right, let's see what's going on in the, well, before I go again, let me show you this. I have some herbs in this pot here. And the sage is not looking so good. That's a celery, there's oregano. In this pot here, there's an orange plant. This here is another pepper. This is another bell pepper here. And this bell pepper got eaten by something, stripped completely. Must be a cutworm. So let's see if this is another pepper plant that got stripped again. Let's see if they will catch themselves. All right, so let's go into the greenhouse. So what do we have here in the greenhouse? Well, in front here, we have 2 bell peppers that germinated. In the back here, we have some dill. Zoom in a little bit. We have some dill here that has germinated. I see 1 tomato here that has germinated. In the back here, we have cucumber, 3 cucumber plants. I didn't get much germination on the tomatoes. You can see only, well, actually I did get more, sorry, but something ate it. That is true. We have some more peppers here. And this is peppers again. What is this one? What pepper is this one? Okay, these are jalapeno peppers. Bell peppers. I have basil here. I put some more dill seeds to germinate. And down here I have some things that I've put to germinate. I'm now seeing 1 cucumber bursting through here. I think I'm going to mist this with a little water here. This is what cayenne. This is sorrel. This is okra. This is bush beans, butternut squash, and marigold. So we still have to wait for these to burst through, but I'm seeing evidence of the cucumber bursting through. So I'm just going to give it a little misting of water. Yeah, so this is what we have going on in the greenhouse. This here is another okra. So the okra that you saw in my last video that I harvested, I ate that one raw. And I'm probably going to do the same with this one. Probably going to eat it raw as well. This is another okra plant. This is a smaller okra plant that I have here, and I'm seeing evidence that I'm going to get some okras coming out of it here. I forgot to mention that this was a butternut squash that I had put to germinated, and so I transplanted it into its final home here. So guys, I have a burpee seed starting tray here. So I am going to use that to germinate some lettuce. So I'm not using all the cells, I'm just going to use 12. Inside these cells, there are these little pellets. I don't know if you can see that. See that? So you have to add water to it in order for it to expand. Now the way this is designed is a self-watering system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some water at the bottom here. Put about, I guess, 1 inch of water. That should be 1 inch there. I don't have a ruler with me to check. All right, let me put a little bit more. Okay, so we have some water here. Now what you do, how you do this system is you then put this tray here, then you put this on top of it. Now these little pellets, I have them flat, like I don't have it lying down. Wait, let me raise this up. You see this? I don't have it lying on this way, I have it this way, so I have it vertical, right? So make sure they're all vertical. Now we're going to get water and wet all of them because they will expand. So I am going to wet, just make sure I put everything here in the middle. Okay, I gotta move everything, guys, hold on. Okay, so we're gonna wet pellets so that they could expand. If you look here, you'll see them growing. See that? It's growing. Look at that. Look at this one. Let's put it down so you can see here. Raise this up. It's growing, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to break it up like that. Okay, that one I need to put some more water. Oops, I didn't want this. This one flipped. I wanted it to expand vertically, and this one ended up expanding horizontally. I'm going to have to put more water in some of them. So we're not getting any, oops, not getting any action in some of them. We need it to break up. Slim, so I can fit down to the side of these things. This is actually cocoa peat, guys, or cocoa core. That's what these pellets are. So when you add water to it, it expands. All right, this one is giving me trouble. All right, so what I want to do is create a really flat surface here. So, because I want to be able to put the seeds on top. So I need to flatten it down so that it gives me like a flat surface to work with to put the seeds on, right? All right, so I think I've done that well enough. All right, so let's go get the seeds now. All right, so now I'm going to put my seeds in. So, let me make a little baby hole for these lettuce seeds. All right, so now we're going to cover it up. All right, it's covered up. And now I'm just going to put a little water in each of them. Put a little too much on that one. Hope the seed didn't come up to the surface. Alrighty. Next step for us to do, actually I made a mistake, guys. Before I put, what I was supposed to do here, guys, is before resting this here, I was supposed to put this black sort of wicker piece here. Then you put this on top of it. So this here has white at the bottom, then here's black. So you actually put this in the water itself. And what it does, it will act to wick the water up. to your seedlings. So hold on, let me just, that should have gone in first. Okay, so you do that. That helps with moisture. And now we can cover it with our dome, and we just wait patiently for the seeds to germinate. Guys, just to let you know, I added a number of items to my garden related playlists on my Amazon storefront, and also my hydroponics playlist on my Amazon storefront. So be sure to check them out in the description below. I had put some cilantro to germinate, and as we can see, we do have some germination that took place here. Alright, let's head over. I put a little chair here, guys, so I could sit down. Like this morning, I had my tea right here in my garden. Alright, let's head over to this section, and let's look at our jalapeno peppers. Alright, so you can see the jalapeno pepper here. Right, so hopefully I get more flowers and more peppers going on it. And I see a little baby one coming out here as well. So let's hope that we continue to get more jalapeno peppers. In the greenhouse, we have some germination that took place. So I see some tomatoes have germinated. See some basil has germinated. I see one of the cayenne peppers have germinated. This is in the back here. The, the bell peppers, the cucumbers, the dill. I see another dill here that has come up. And this is the arugula that has also come up. And in here, I do have the original bell peppers. In here, I don't know if you can see it through the insect mesh, but here I have these seedlings. All right, let me see if I can lift it so you can see better. All right, these are pepper seedlings that I had put here. Right, so yeah, we have, this is the progress so far, guys. We just have to know, oh look at this, just my zinnias. I have 4 zinnia flowers coming out at the same time on the plant, and there are more buds. Look at this, more buds here waiting to come out. So this plant is going to have a lot of flowers in it, so that's really nice.